from Demon Speed Motorsports. We're here to talk today about wheel nuts and washers for your Porsche GT3 Cup cars. We're going to take a look at the wheel nuts and washers that Demon Speed Motorsports manufactures for you, and we're going to be comparing brand new parts to used and worn parts. And what we're going to be doing with that is we're going to be utilizing this machine here, which is a Skidmore torque tension machine. And what the Skidmore does for us is it measures the amount of tension that is produced at a certain amount of torque. So as you torque something, you're actually creating clamp force. And this measures the amount of clamp force that you get from that torque. So we can see with the brand new wheel nuts and washers versus the used wheel nuts and washers and have a comparison of how much clamp force you're getting or not getting from the used parts versus the brand new parts. What you're seeing here, and you can see it in the shot, is this smearing of material. You see how it's almost like pitted, but in a spiral pattern here. And that's what's called galling. That smearing of material is actually the welding, micro welding, and then breaking of that micro weld. If you look at the washer, you would see a very similar pattern to it as well. The idea of mushrooming is where the face of the nut actually gets a concave shape to it, and the washer would get a convex shape to it. You can also feel it on the edge of the nut. You can catch your fingernail on that, and that's the material being formed to the outside of the nut itself. So now what we're going to do is we'll take the new nut and washer, we'll use some anti-seize compound, we'll assemble it into the Skidmore and take our readings. So here we are with the Skidmore mounted with the parts in it, and we have our reading. You can see the reading is 33,000 pounds. And next, we'll assemble the used nut and washer. So here we have the used nut and washer assembled, just as we had the new nut and washer. And you can see the reading on the Skidmore testing machine is now at 26,000 pounds. Now if you remember, the new nut and washer were at 33,000 pounds, and now we're at 26,000 pounds. That's a difference of 7,000 pounds of clamp load between the new nut and washer and the used nut and washer. So what we have seen is at the same amount of torque, with the same assembly, you're getting 20% less clamp load with used worn nuts and washers than with the new nuts and washers. What this should be telling you is to take a look at your wheel nuts and washers for the effects of galling or mushrooming before you go race your car. You can find us at www.demonspeedmotorsports.com, or you can call us at 216-333-1200.